Good evening, everyone. Today is the January 18th, and we're talking about nutrition. We're actually launching a whole new series called the Wellness Education Series with about nutrition and supplements. And I hope you're going to like it. Today is, I want to call it part 1 of 8 or maybe 1 of 10. And I know many of you have a regular class schedule. You're either meeting in person or you're meeting online and you're getting together with your team members and you're talking about common topics that for which we can, or common health issues for which we can use essential oils. And this is no different. Sometimes we dive more deeply into one subject or another, but the idea is, I guess, twofold. It's number one, it's an education series, right? So you're hearing it, maybe the same information in a different way if you've been around for a while. The other thing is that you're passing the word to new people. So that's kind of the other message of this presentation is you're passing the message on to new people. And at the end, we're actually going to add a little bit of information about how you can get started in using essential oils if you haven't used them already. So the other thing is I want to welcome anybody who's with us from the Philippines. If you're with us from the Philippines, please tell me in the chat. I really want to hear. The Philippines chat had kind of gotten disconnected for a while, for a couple of weeks. And if you're back, if you got the information and you're in the Philippines, please tell me hi. And also, please make sure that your team members are hopping on next week. So I see a lot of names on in the participants list. I think I only see one person from the Philippines. So I want to make sure that that whole team is getting on and really able to enjoy this. Enjoy our new information and enjoy the new wellness education series. Let me know in the chat if you're liking it, if you're not liking the new format. And I really want to, I just want to hear. So a couple of things just before we get started. Number one is, as always, this is recorded. If you're listening to me and you're on YouTube, welcome. This is live every Monday morning in the United States, every Monday evening if you're in Southeast Asia. Click the link below on YouTube if you want to subscribe or you would like to get regular notifications. So click the subscribe link and then also ring the bell so that you're notified whenever we have new presentations. This same presentation is done in 2 languages, not today. It's done today in English, and then 2 days later we do it in Spanish. So do you have anyone who might be interested in the same information in Spanish? Hop on our channel, look below, and you'll see there's a whole group of Spanish presentations, and we'd love to share those with you. So our promise to you today was that we were going to talk about nutrition and supplements, and specifically LLV. And I absolutely want to share that with you. If you can see my screen, let me know. If you can see my my slides, I think you can. Anybody who's on, has their camera on, if you can just give me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Great, thank you so much. So today we're talking about nutrition and supplements. Oh, Hazel is a new wellness advocate from the Philippines. Welcome, Hazel. I'm so happy that you're here. Want to make sure that we're really welcoming that team. I'm sorry that you weren't getting the information for, I want to say, about 4 to 6 weeks, which is really making me embarrassed. But we're going to remedy that. And we want to welcome our friends from Singapore, from Malaysia, from the Philippines, from Vietnam, wherever you are. We want to make sure that you feel welcome here and that you want to get on every week and kind of chit chat with us. Our chat is open. We want to make sure that if you have something to say, and if you are new also, no matter where you're from, let us know. I know we have some people joining us also from the United States. So good morning, those of you who got up early to be on this presentation. I really appreciate it. Hazel says hi. Feng Feng says hi, gives me a thumbs up. Hazel, we're so happy to hear. And yes, it's great that you're in the group. You want to open up your chats. You can also send me any questions that you have as I'm going forward, and maybe some comments. Let me know what you think about the new series. Okay, so here we go. So first of all, let's talk about nutrition and supplements. So why do we think people around us are so sick? And sickness can be a couple of different things. It can be physical discomfort or ailments. It can also be mental and emotional. I want to say that a lot of it has to do with nutrition and maybe the overuses of medication, including over-the-counter medication. We are, as a nation, at least I'm talking for our American cousins here, who loves pills and loves to find something. If I can pop a pill and it'll solve my problem, I'm happy to do that. Unfortunately, in COVID, it's also put a lot of stress on us because we don't have those just innate coping mechanisms and those innate structures that we need to be able to make ourselves feel a little bit better when we need to. And then the second question I guess, do you think we get what we need for good health from food? Now, some of us I know are super mindful about what we eat, when we eat it, how much we eat, but a lot of us also eat on the run. We've been home in our houses for months and months. So answer if you could in the chat, just give me a quick yes or no. Do you think we get what we need for good health from food? Do you think you get it? Actually, Z is telling us that her nutrition package just received it, just got it 10 minutes ago by DHL. So that's really cool. A lot of people saying no, that they don't think that they get what they need for good health from their food. So there's a couple of reasons from that. Number one is maybe just poor choices. We ourselves are just making poor choices, and that happens. I'm not immune to making a poor choice. For last night, we actually had taco night, and I did really great. We made individual tacos, and we had our organic chicken, and we had all our organic side fixings, avocado and lettuce and so on. And then what happened? We ran out of taco shells. And so what happened? We started grabbing for the chips. And it was really hard to resist those chips. That's my one downfall. Those of you who know me really well, have been here for a while, you know my other downfall is bubble tea. But with not going out so much, I haven't been able to indulge so much in bubble tea. So I did a little bit of indulging in chips last night, which maybe it's not the worst. They were organic chips. But when we're trying to eat healthy in general, we want to make sure that we're eating a balanced diet. So a balanced diet would not be one full of chips, of course. But in general, our food also is grown in soils that doesn't have the same nutrient, the ability to give nutrients to our foods. So when our foods are being grown, they maybe don't have the same nutritional profile as they did maybe 20 years ago or 50 years ago, certainly, or 100 years ago. So we have to be mindful that we're kind of filling in those gaps and making sure that we do have enough of a nutritional profile. Now, Betsy is telling us that, yes, she is lucky to have access to good food source during this pandemic. And honestly, I want to also make sure that I'm not sounding flippant or not serious, because I know that there are people that are really suffering during this pandemic and don't have access to any sort of food. And so I really want to be mindful that I'm coming off as seriously considering what people's nutritional needs are and whether they have enough nutrition in general. Okay, so let's talk about foundational. So a couple of things about nutrition. When you think about it, it allows the body to function, right? Gives us energy and also mental clarity. So we're talking about energy and mental clarity. When you're sitting at home most of the day on Zooms and not able to get out too much, you want to make sure that you do have mental clarity. It also supports our cardiovascular health and proper inflammatory response. Why is that important? Because our cardiovascular system obviously supports everything that we do. If our heart isn't pumping, or it's not pumping effectively, or it's either too weak or too strong, right? It's overcompensating for some of the weaknesses that we have, we're not really at our optimum. And then the last thing is inflammatory responses. So our body is a wonderful machine, and it gives us this kind of checks and balances, if you will. So if we do eat something that brings on the inflammatory response, we have ways of backing that down. And we also have ways, if we cut or injure ourselves, also our body will initiate that inflammatory response. But what happens if we're under constant stress or constant, even if we're doing a lot of exercise, that our body is constantly in that cycle of inflammatory response, and then we don't have a way to bring it down? That's a very serious problem. What I do is that I try to use nutritional supplements to keep my body in balance and keep my health stable. Now, Is it perfect? It's not perfect. And for certain, I'm waking up in the morning some mornings and I'm thinking, oh, wait, supplements? Yeah, I've got to get that done. And maybe not getting it till the afternoon. But in general, almost every day, I'm taking my supplements. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the supplements that I take regularly and others that I take periodically when I feel that I need them. So number one on the hit parade, of course, is Lifelong Vitality. These are our 3 nutritional supplements, including I'm going to start actually on the right-hand side. So our Microplex VMZ, and that is our vitamin and mineral complex. In the center in the photo is our XC Omega, which is our fish oil. This does come in a vegan format. So if you were a vegan and you didn't want to eat anything coming from a fish, instead of being XC Omega, it would be VE Omega. And then last but not least, on the far left-hand side, is their alpha CRS, or our antioxidant blend. Now, everyone has a different constitution. I take the XE Omega and the Microplex VMZ every day, and they really work well for me. The alpha CRS for my body is a little bit strong, and so I use other supplements to complement and also to bring down my my inflammatory response. So these are vitamins that are from whole food sources, and there's no fillers in them, and just the food source. So if you're a person who in general kind of eats well, but maybe needs to fill in a few gaps, this can be a wonderful way. Now, the other thing is, let's talk about price for a second. When we talk about price, if you were trying to perhaps cut down your price, if you didn't use the 3 supplements, the Lifelong Vitality, and you just did a daily nutrient pack, which is the XE Omega and the Microplex VMZ, you could also bring down your, I know many people are struggling to pay bills. Maybe they're not in the position or the job that they had been in before pre-pandemic. So, but don't neglect your nutrition. Put money towards your nutrition, because obviously your health and your welfare is the thing that you really want to preserve throughout this challenge, if you will, as long as it lasts. Okay, so when we talk about things like inflammatory response, we have to talk about the gut. Now, why is the gut foundational? Because everything, almost everything that we ingest comes through the gut, and that's how we're getting our nutrition. If our gut is healthy, we're less likely to suffer from things like allergies or other types of inflammatory responses. Our gut, as it says here, plays a vital role in our overall health and well-being. And it's really vital for certainly our weight, but also our immune function, which we want to keep our immune function as high as we can. And there's many studies that show that impaired gut function can also affect our mental health. So if we're feeling stress, either emotionally or mentally, you want to make sure that your gut health is the thing that you're addressing. So what are the things that can damage our gut? Certainly unhealthy diet, antibiotic use, that's a big one, or any sort of repetitive use of over-the-counter drugs, lack of physical activity, poor sleeping habits, and stress. So watch out for your gut health. If you're taking any of these supplements on a regular basis, let me know in the chat. Got a question here from Albert, who says, other than fish, is there any other animal being included in the ingredients of LLV? Not that I know of, Albert. I know that some people have dietary restrictions in terms of certain vegetarian or vegan restrictions, but you can absolutely find those on the product information page on doTERRA. You can find out what exactly the ingredients are in case you have any concerns about ingredients personally for you, but no, other than fish, that's it, Albert. Let's talk a little bit about the 3 supplements that are there on the page. I don't know if any of you were able to join us on Saturday, but we had kind of a fun question and answer session with some of the next generation of doTERRA, some of the young people. We had 4 college students on a live chat, and it was actually really fun. We did sort of a focus on these 4 young people and how they're using doTERRA supplements. And something that came up again and again was the use of PB Assist, either PB Assist regular or PB Assist Junior. All 4 of them talked about maybe maybe nerves or stress, or having that kind of churning stomach before exams, going through different periods of the school year, trying to write papers, maybe staying up a little bit too late, not eating the best diet, and they all mentioned PB assist. So if you have, and these are not little kids, these are college age kids. So if you are a person who in general, maybe you're around some young people and you want to give them a suggestion, the PB Assist Junior, they can take up to 4 a day, is a great way for anyone to include probiotics in their daily routine. Our PB Assist Regular is a terrific product. I've started taking it again at night. I usually like to take my probiotic right before I go to sleep so that it can kind of sit in my gut overnight and really grow that good bacteria that I need to protect my gut. TerraZyme is a product that you're taking throughout the day, especially you're taking it. I always like to have it available if I feel like perhaps I've eaten too much or I've eaten things that I can't easily digest. During the holiday season, I was using a lot of TerraZyme, and you can take between 1 and 3 capsules at any given time. If you're a person who is troubled by gut health issues, really consider taking TerraZyme on a regular basis, on a daily basis. If your gut doesn't seem to be an issue to you, you can take it as needed, or you could take it just once a day, not with every single meal. The other thing that I wanted to mention to you is some of the other targeted options to maximize wellness. And we're going to talk a little bit more deeply about all of these. We've got a whole group of supplements from doTERRA, many of which I take on a daily basis. So let's talk about, I'm going to go through them quickly here, but then we're going to dive in more deeply. We've got our Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex, our Adaptiv Calming Blend capsules, our Turmeric Capsules, our Serenity Capsules, Phytoestrogen and Bone Nutrient, Mito Max, Zendocrine Complex, and Yarrow Palm Cellular Complex. There are cellular, actually they're calling the Beauty Complex, but you can use it for a couple of different things. So there are 9 supplements on here. Let me know in the chat how many of the 9 you have used. So if you've used all 9, just give me a 9. And if you've used, or you can tell me all, let's give me a 9. Let's give me a number. If you use them all, give me a 9. And if you've used fewer, then tell me what the number is. Okay, want to see those numbers. We've got 1 9, that's terrific. Oh, we've got a couple of 9s. Hey, Amanda, that's great. 9. Wow, Pauline, 9. Love it. Lee Wen, okay, good. You're doing really good. Tell me which ones do you have a 9? I'm going to hang on here for a minute. I want to see how many of you have used all 9. We've got a lot of people on today. If you could tell me in the chat, have you used all 9 of these supplements? And it looks like it's a lot. Doesn't mean that you've used them every day or all the time. Joy says, wow, yet to explore all. Okay, Joy, you're going to give me a number of how many you've tried? We're getting a lot of 5s and 6s, but I want to see if from anybody who, you may not have your camera on, but maybe you can access your chat. Tell me, have you tried all 9 of these capsules? And I think you can see the slide is still up in the Joyce tried 6. Okay, Joy, that's great. That's admirable. Honestly, that's terrific. Okay, so a couple of people, some people have said, I haven't needed a certain supplement, and that's, you know what? That's terrific. If you haven't needed it, then it's something that just doesn't affect you. I want to challenge you though, in case you are less than 4, maybe you want to look at one of those supplements that you haven't tried. Here's the other thing. If you are actively trying to introduce doTERRA to other people, I want to suggest to you that you probably need to try the supplement at least once. Why is that? Well, you want to make sure that if somebody asks you, you can talk to them about your personal experience. Because if you can't talk to them about your personal experience, it's really kind of a funny place to be. Well, should I use this? And then you can say, yes, you should. And they say, have you tried it? And if your answer is, well, not really, then you just come off as a little bit less credible. So if you Some people say there are two. So take a look at this, maybe take a screenshot of this slide and take a look at it and later on, and then say to yourself, okay, is there something on this list that I might want to try because I want to introduce it to a new person? Okay, so let's dive a little bit more deeply. Okay, number one on the hit parade, Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex. I love this supplement. And when I'm not taking Mito to Max, this is my supplement of choice for anti-inflammation. So if I don't take the Alpha CRS, which I don't take on a daily basis, this is the one that I'm taking. It helps support muscle and joint comfort and function. It soothes occasional aches and discomfort. You can use it in tandem with other topical products, and you can take it daily as needed. But if you read the ingredient list, and it's not listed here, it is a fabulous antioxidant. It has things in it like resveratrol and ginkgo biloba and other anti-inflammatory compounds that make it a real powerhouse in terms of bringing down general inflammation in the body. Second one that I really like, I don't take it every day, I take it as needed, are the Adaptiv Calming Blend capsules. Calms and promotes positive feelings, supports mood, helps improve the state of mind, relaxation and mental well-being, cognitive function, emotional balance, super important, and what helps us to get acclimated to new surroundings and adapt to stressful situations. Many of you have told me that you've moved during the pandemic. You were in one state in the United States and now you're in another, or you were in one house and now you're in another, or one apartment and now you're in another. Those things can be stressful. They, while a move can be joyous, and you might have been looking forward to it for a long, long time, it can also put a lot of stress on the body, the mind, the emotions, just about everything. And just the idea of packing up all your worldly possessions and getting them to a new place all in one piece can kind of make us feel a little bit tense. Use your Adaptiv capsules. Here's the other thing. Do you need Adaptiv capsules every day? Maybe you don't. Maybe you're not going through a stressful situation, but might you have them available in case you had a stressful situation? You haven't tried them. And let me, I know a lot of people have not tried this, have not tried Adaptiv capsules, and maybe you're going to hear something today that says to you, gee, you know what? That's the supplement to me, for me. So now at the end, if you have a supplement that you haven't taken and you're willing to try, I'm going to ask you that question in the end. So get ready. You want to be really listening. I want to hear from you. What's the supplement that you haven't tried and you really want to try? Okay, next up, Tumor Capsules. Now, we've given away Turmeric Capsules sometimes on this call. We've given away turmeric essential oil. Essentially, it's one of those compounds that really works well. But what I love, so turmeric, as we've heard probably the world round, is being promoted as a great anti-inflammatory compound. What makes doTERRA turmeric capsules so unusual is that kind of dual capsule structure that allows a powdered substance to be co-packaged with a liquid substance so that the liquid is released in your upper digestive tract and then finally the powder later on. So you're getting that kind of 1-2 punch and not mixing the two compounds, which is what's making them a little bit less effective. So absolutely terrific for a healthy inflammatory response in the body, can help fight free radicals and protect the body from oxidative damage, combines the complementary benefits of turmeric essential oil with the joint support of curcuminoids, which is what we're talking about, that dual capsule in this kind of convenient delivery system. If you're a person maybe who doesn't have, say, super stressful job, but maybe you're getting older. I guess we're all getting older, right? This might be something that you want to consider for your joints, for your muscles, for your any sort of inflammation you have in your body. And if you're a person perhaps that's a little bit overweight, I'm going to suggest to you that there is some inflammation in your body, and maybe this would be something that you want to take advantage of. I'm always looking for things that are going to reduce my stress and also keep down inflammation, because inflammation can be the #1 cause of disease, and certainly long-term things, anything like what we would call chronic diseases, right? We want to live as long as we can, in as healthy a manner as we can, right? Okay, let's keep going. Here's another one that we really love, Serenity Capsules. Now, I know you have some other supplements out there that you've probably taken from time to time for relaxation, or you're diffusing your oils or applying your oils. But I have to say, Serenity Capsules, and I don't necessarily need them every night. I find that many of you know that I have a Catholic faith tradition. That's my faith of tradition. And usually at night, I'll do some sort of meditation or prayer or reading of scripture. And I know many of you have a faith tradition that's very similar to mine. By the time I actually hit the pillow, I'm usually pretty relaxed. Even if I've had a kind of a not great day, that sort of process of unwinding at the end of the day helps me to really feel like, okay, I'm ready to go to sleep now. But is it 100% perfect? It's not. Sometimes I have things on my mind that I just can't drop, and I'll get into bed and maybe I'll even have weird dreams about them, or I'll be awakened in the middle of the night because I'm worrying about something. Serenity capsules are those things that I'm so happy I have them. Now, when I used to travel a lot more on planes, and I've told you many times on here that I can be a nervous traveler, especially some of those super ultra long haul flights that I would take. When I used to take that flight from New York to Singapore, which is basically 18 hours plus in the air with no transfers, cuts a lot of traveling time down. But man, are you in a plane for a long, long time? Serenity capsules for my friends. So Serenity Capsules can relieve occasional sleeplessness, helps promote healthy relaxation and sleep, encourages restful sleep, helps increase the quality and the ease of going to sleep, all the things that you need to really rest at night. If you're a person, and I was talking to a woman the other day, and she said, oh, I sleep about 4 hours a night. And I thought, not enough, really not enough. Most health experts say at least 6 hours, but that's 7 or 7.5 hours is really the sweet spot, up to about 8 hours. After 8 hours, actually, they say that your sleep begins to degrade or decline. So you want to make sure that you're getting kind of within that sweet spot, but really not on the super low end, because you can really begin to feel groggy and your body can't replenish itself. One of the things that we do when we sleep is we basically, all our organs get to rest, and we get to kind of hit the reset button. So the next day we have a better day. So here's a group of supplements that I bet many of you are not using. Now I'm going to eliminate my gentlemen here, but my ladies, I'm going to suggest to you that this is a wonderful set of supplements that you could be taking. So here's an interesting factoid. Usually they're packaged together. In my house, as many of you know, my mother was living here with me for 5 years. My mother is now living in assisted living, but I take the phytoestrogen, and my mom was taking the bone nutrient complex. In a kind of crazy twist of fate, we split up the supplements, and it seemed to work well for each one of us. My mother has had some issues with falling because she's had some balance issues as she ages, but thank goodness she has never broken anything. I'm going to knock some wood up here. She's just had really wonderful bones. And so she's had some kooky falls, but she's never broken anything. She's been kind of bruised or, uncomfortable for a few days after some really unusual falls in our home. Just suffice it to say that the bone nutrient supplement was really my mother's friend. And for me, the phytoestrogen, I'm finding that I'm just maybe a little bit happier. I'm not so intense. And while I'm certainly at that age where I probably need supplements to, I don't know, balance out my hormones and make sure that I'm staying on an even keel, for me, the phytoestrogen, and I take mine in the afternoon, I found that that's just the right balance of supplements that I like. So to use a complementary program, of course, you want to eat right. You want to try to exercise. If you have uncomfortable symptoms, for ladies, if you have uncomfortable symptoms of PMS, this is actually a wonderful either combination, or even just the phytoestrogen can be wonderful for you. Wow, we're getting a lot of comments in the chat. Tell me how many of you have used the phytoestrogen, ladies, of course, or the bone nutrient, or both together. It can help balance and support normal health hormone levels. It supports healthy bones, heart, breast tissue, body structures, and functions as a woman ages. It contains flaxseed extract, which is helpful in managing estrogen metabolism. And it's formulated with a standard pomegranate extract, providing powerful antioxidant support. There we get it again, our antioxidants, our anti-inflammatory anti-inflammatories. Swanby says, yes, she has used it. I don't know if she's still using it, but she said she has. Couple people, oh, Amanda says she takes both. Good job, Amanda. Lynette says take it daily. Betty says, yes, tried it. Megan says bone nutrient for fracture. Yes, that's a wonderful way to use bone nutrient. If you've had any stress to your bones, you want to make sure that you're getting the proper nutrition so your body can heal. Here's another supplement that, and ladies, I would try this if you haven't tried it before. Obviously, you want to try a complete bottle. So just don't take one and say, how do I feel? You want to go through a whole 30 days. How do you feel? Do you feel a little bit better? Are you having any sort of discomfort, maybe monthly discomfort, or ladies who are a little bit older, maybe as you're going through that change of life, you want to make sure that maybe hot flashes aren't troubling to you. These are the type of supplements that can really help you. Okay, so here's my, I don't want to say my new favorite supplement. I've been using this Max on and off since I first started in doTERRA almost, I guess, 7+ years ago. And for a while, I kind of dropped in, and I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it just ran out and I forgot to buy it again. I'm not sure. And about 5 months ago, somewhere in the middle of COVID, I was going through my supplements and reviewing what I had, and I saw my Max, and I only had one bottle. And I thought, you know what? I kind of need this. I'm a little bit low on energy. I can't go out and do the things that I used to do. I'm not getting that kind of infusion of power and energy that I used to get from being with people and being, I tend to be kind of extroverted, as I think you already figured out. And so what can help me to kind of boost my energy and also keep my moods on an even keel? For me, the combination is Max in the morning and phytoestrogen in the afternoon. Those are the two supplements that kind of keep me balanced. And as long as I don't get thrown a complete curveball by something, but sometimes I do, those are the things that day after day I really feel are keeping me where I want to be. Max can help support healthy cellular energy production, enhances stamina, mental energy, and the efficient use of oxygen. So we want to have oxygenation of our blood, absolutely. Optimal mitochondrial function, aerobic capacity, and stamina without the use of harmful stimulants. Interestingly enough, when we had our chat over the weekend with our college students, and we had 3 girls and a guy on, it was really, it was great. And we had quite a few people on and asking questions. If you want to look for it, I think it's going to be recorded, and we'll see if we can get a copy for it, because I think you would really like it. One of the girls on the chat said that she uses it daily, and I want to say she's about 21 or so, 2021. She uses it daily, sort of like a way for her to just study better and to focus better. She mentioned a prescription drug, which I don't want to mention here, and maybe some of you may have heard of it, that many students take because they want to be able to function and concentrate more completely. And for her, she said that the Max works equally well. And I guess that's something that maybe she had been prescribed in the past. So if you know if you know that prescription, you'll know what it is. That's cute. A couple of people saying that they saw it and that my daughter is a carbon copy of me. Thank you so much. It's so funny. People say that all the time. She has the same the same I guess delivery when she speaks and the same cadence of speech. I'm super proud of her. Yeah, she does. She loves the earrings like me. But yeah, I guess we have the same smile. So if you didn't see that and you'd like to see it, there were the kids that were on, the young people that were on were so amazing. I'm so super proud of them. So I hope you'll get a chance to use that, to really see it. It's a way for us to connect for another generation, and really hearing from them, I think, is so great. Max is also a great substitute for caffeinated beverages. Caffeinated beverages can be, look, I love my coffee, you all know that, but can be really hard on our kidneys, even on our adrenals, because it gives us a burst of energy and then we kind of get that let down. I usually drink my coffee first thing in the morning. As you can see, I actually have a small cup here, and I'm trying to keep my coffee size. Actually, when I brew coffee now, I brew half caffeinated and half decaf. That was a recommendation actually from my husband's doctor after he had some health challenges. a couple of years ago. So now we use sort of a half and half blend, and using also a smaller cup, I think has really worked for me. I used to use these kind of giant size mugs, and I'm trying to challenge myself to really work with a smaller cup and then sort of sip it or enjoy it, and maybe drink maybe too small instead of too large, right? That's a better change. Okay, let's keep moving on with our got a lot of slides today, so I got to talk faster, as if I'm not talking fast enough already. But we're almost at the end of our supplements. Zendocrine Complex, really wonderful. I don't take it every day, I'm going to be totally honest with you, but I do take it after a period of what I'm going to call binging. So I'm taking a bottle now, actually, after the Christmas holidays. I just felt like I completely overdid it. It is terrific for filtering, to support the filtering functions of the body, like your liver, your kidneys, your colon, your lungs, and the skin. And it supports normal self detox, cleansing of the organs. We talked a little bit about cleansing last week. Oh, thank you so much. Suan B has actually posted the YouTube video of the younger generation. That's great, Suan B. Thank you so much for putting that up there. So if anybody's interested, go into the chat now. You can download or you can copy that link and you can take a look at it later. I love Zendocrine. I feel like it's a supplement that we really need. We need to cleanse our bodies from time to time. Now, you can go through the full doTERRA cleanse. And last week when I was talking to you, I was talking to you about, oh, well, I'm going to talk to you about the full doTERRA cleanse. And part of the reason why I didn't do that today is I know that many of you are going through the all oil cleanse with my friend and colleague. And I think it's a lot of cleansing all at once. So stick with the all oil cleanse. If you're not doing that yet, you can still jump on. I think she has 50 spots available, but just 50. I think that it's capped at 250 people, 250 participants, but you can find the information on Essential Conversation if you're interested in the all oil cleanse. And we've talked about it before, 10 essential oils that can help you to cleanse almost every body system. Let's talk about our last but certainly not least, nutritional supplement, Yarrow Palm Cellular Beauty Complex. Again, a supplement that I've used on and off. Many of you use them on a regular basis. It's just one of those things that it's in my cabinet, and sometimes I'll think about it. Now, interestingly enough, it's called Beauty Complex, but it really is a fabulous antioxidant. So we've mentioned a couple of antioxidants to you today, a couple of anti-inflammatories. Really, folks, I think if the biggest message is we need to reduce inflammation, we need to reduce the oxidants in our body, and that doTERRA has many different options. You can use your Yarrow Palm, you can use your turmeric, you can use your Mito Max, or you can use your deep blue capsules. You can use your alpha CRS. There's many ways for you to achieve a kind of similar result depending on what you feel most comfortable with. But the bigger message is don't neglect your health in that way. Make sure that you're giving your body access to good antioxidants, not just the ones that come from food. As you know, many of you are going to be joining us starting on February 1st. Talking about our new nutrition. In combination with that, some of you have actually purchased the bigger kits that have the new nutritional powders, if you will, and some of these supplements in the kit, and that you're going to be going through a whole regime, if you will, starting on February 1st. I'm super excited about it. I'm ready to go. I have all my products. If you're interested in samples, contact the person who introduced you to this call, and I'm sure they'll be able to provide you with samples. And certainly, if you don't know anyone or you don't even know how you got on this call, send me a text message. I'd love to be in contact with you, but mark it on your calendars that we're going to be starting this nutritional power of healthy. And so this is our nutrition and supplements today is kind of a kickoff for that. But the Yarrow Palm supplements, great for the skin, but really great for all of the our cellular organs, because they can help with metabolic function, which can help with our skin, can also help with cellular health, which can help with our skin. But we find that yarrow palm is an excellent support for cardiac health because it helps smooth muscle tissue. And so when you taking your yarrow palm, you're kind of getting a 1-2 punch. Maybe you're getting more beautiful on the outside and more beautiful on the inside. So if you are interested, here's a sample schedule. You take 2 turmeric and 1 PB Assist in the morning, and then with your breakfast, and that's kind of not too heavy on your stomach. And then with your breakfast, 2 each of your LLV, 1 TerraZyme and 1 Adaptiv. At lunch, 2 LLVs again, and then 1 TerraZyme and 2 Mito to max. I might switch the PB Assist and the Mito to max, in my humble opinion, because I'd rather have my PB Assist later. I need my energy. Although you could be taking it at lunch if you get that afternoon slump. Maybe that's the logic of this particular view. And then finally at bedtime, 2 yarrow palm, 2 copaiba, and 2 serenity. So if you're a person who maybe hasn't tried some of the supplements that we talked about, this is kind of a sample daily schedule, but obviously there's many ways that you can move these things around. You could insert the deep blue capsules and take out the turmeric, or you could put in the phytoestrogen and perhaps in the afternoon and take out something else. So there's many ways that you can make this work, but this is just a sample schedule for you if this is something that you're interested in. So many of you know, at least in the US, the pricing is a sample wellness box, right? With our Lifelong Vitality, TerraZyme, PB Assist, Turmeric, Serenity, and Lemon. And with that, if you were to purchase it before the 15th of the month, you would actually get a free oil of the month and free product credits. And if you haven't heard already, that our point value, usually for most products, $1 equals 1 point. So if you look at your PV value of any of these items, that's how the point value is calculated. It's point value is usually equal or similar to the wholesale price, but not always exactly the same, depending on what the items is and depending on what market you're in, right? So the prices can vary depending on what market you're in. And I know I'm talking to people from 4 or 5 different markets. So I want to make sure that you're looking at the US prices, but then you're also reconnecting and checking it, whatever market you are in. Angel's asking, can I start supplements with 1 capsule instead of 2? Absolutely. If you feel that you have perhaps a delicate system, or you're concerned that it may upset your stomach, absolutely start with 1 and see how you feel, and then try within a reasonable amount of time to get up to the full dosage so that you'll get the full effects. What I don't want you to do is take 1 and then say, oh, well, it didn't work. I didn't get the benefits that I thought I was going to get, because obviously the dosage is meant for a full adult person. Okay, text healthy to 386-457 to join the challenge. Yes, Joanna, all those prices were in US dollars. If you text to that number to join the challenge, you'll be able to follow along as of February 1st. And for those of you who've ordered products or you're interested in ordering products, you want to get online. I can't provide you with links, but what I can tell you is if you log on either through NFR or the US system, you can type in the search bar nutrition, just the word nutrition, and everything will pop right up and you'll be able to see exactly what's available. The products are selling super fast. And so I want to make sure that you're getting everything that you want. I know that the vegan protein has been a top seller, so I can't guarantee to you that the vegan protein is available. But last night I was on and I saw that the vanilla and chocolate whey protein was available. Fiber and greens were still available. But those availabilities are going to fluctuate over the next couple of weeks, I'm sure, as more products become available and their stocks are increased. So Suanne's saying that vegan protein and greens are sold out right now. Keep checking back, because I know that the company is really committed to making sure that everybody has the products that they need in preparation for February 1st. So if you're interested in joining the challenge, as I said to you before, you have to text to the number that I provided and make sure that you're in it right on time. Okay, so there's three ways that we can work with essential oils. We can use them, we can share them, and we can teach others. And I'm sure many of you are doing all three of these, using, sharing, and teaching. I think our obligation is really to make sure that others have access to fine information about their health and about nutrition. And I feel like 2021 is really an opportunity for us to kind of step out of our comfort zone and begin to introduce as many products as we possibly can to other people who are maybe being challenged in ways that they never were before. So when we talk about those three ways to share, referral is a great way to share with others, and you can just refer just enough to get some free oils. So it doesn't mean that you are doing this actively on a daily basis, but that you're able to kind of talk to other people and earn a little bit of a side income perhaps. So first step would be to enroll some people and help them to find the products that they need so that they can get for free oils, and also they can enroll friends to get extra income. So you may be interested in talking to friends that you haven't talked to before. This is a great opportunity to do this. Our nutritional program and our supplementation, I think, really is something that's unique in the world. And I feel like doTERRA is always trying to upgrade and up-level the supplements. They're on the sort of the cutting edge, and they're doing a lot of research about different ways that are nutritionally we can be helped in our quest for good health. And then finally, you can work to build a team. And many of you I know have already done this. Got a lot of leaders on this particular call this morning or this evening. They are supplementing or replacing or have replaced already their entire income. I'm one of those people who's replaced my previous income. Many of you, I think most of you know already that I worked in finance for many years. My husband still works in finance. We do not work together on this business. He helps me a lot with all of his good advice and his tracking and all of the things that the help and kindness and love that he provides, not just for me, but by I guess in effect for all of you, because he kind of keeps this business where we need it to go, so that I can keep sharing with all of you and do what I need to do, because we balance each other in terms of our abilities and our personality traits. So if you were to pay for your product, if you just wanted to pay for your product, it would take you about 3 to 5 hours per week to personally enroll a few people a month. And when I'm talking about personally enroll a few people a month, even one person per month could really make the difference between not having an income or maybe at least getting your products for free. So even a single person or a month could make the difference for you. And many of you know that as your team grows, if you're enrolling at least one person a month with 100 PV order, as your team begins to grow, doTERRA will reward you with certain bonuses that they'll pay on a regular basis, on a monthly basis, as long as you continue to enroll. So average 3 months to achieve the rank of elite, 6 months to achieve the rank of premier, and 18 months to achieve the rank of silver. And at least at the ranks of premier and silver, you absolutely are beginning to see monetary benefits that can make the difference for your family. If you want to supplement your income, or maybe even replace what it is, you probably will have to dedicate between 10 to 15 hours a week and enroll about 4 people per month and maybe 1 builder. So 4 customers and 1 builder. So this is an ideal, right? Sometimes we fall short a little bit of the ideal, but the idea is that we keep moving forward. That's the idea, that no matter what our, our challenges are, that we challenge ourselves to say, okay, you know what, I want to keep spreading the word. One of the things that came out when they were talking about the new nutritional products, one of the women was talking who gave the presentation as she was, introducing the products, was that basically only 1 to 2 people out of 10 that we talk to are going to be active users and or builders in doTERRA. So continue to talk to people, because you never know where those 2 out of 10 are. But if you stop at 2, you may not get to the 10, and then you can become discouraged. So reaching gold, average takes about 27 months, platinum 37 months, and then finally Diamond 42 months. So if you haven't been in for this amount of time, you're pretty new. You may be saying, oh, I thought I was going to make Diamond in the first 3 months. No, that's not exactly how it happens. And some people take even longer to reach some of these milestones, and that's really fine. The idea is that you continue to move up the ladder periodically. And then if you're interested in replacing completely your income, probably going to have to dedicate between 15 to 30 hours per week, especially in the beginning, enroll 8 customers and 2 builders per month. And then you can reach the ranks of Diamond, Blue Diamond, or even Presidential Diamond. It takes on average, and you can see these are the numbers for Blue Diamond, 58 months. So 58 months is about 5 years. And then Presidential Diamond, 71 months, which is about 6 years. So we're seeing, and these numbers are borne out across the company. You may take longer, you may take less time. None of that's really important. The important thing is that you don't give up, and then you're persistent in your efforts to share this wonderful message of good health with other people within your surrounding, in your circle. Okay, so want to get your oils paid for? Give your friend a sample of something. That's a big deal for them. Maybe if it's sleep or headaches or digestion or pain or stress, provide them with a product that could help support them in their efforts to combat any of those things. Tell them 3 cool things about essential oils, maybe something that they didn't know before. Many people don't know any cool things about essential oils, so you'll be the first one to tell them. Tell them 3 ways to use the essential oils, show them the kits, and then the end, and then wait for their reaction. You want to do a lot of listening, maybe more listening even than talking. If you're brand new or you're having trouble talking to people, these are some great starter questions. If you will, feel free to take a photograph of this slide. The next thing that you can do, I'm going to hold on for a second if anybody wants to take a photograph of the slide. And then the next thing we want to talk about is carrying samples with you. You can share a drop of oil you have in your purse or on a keychain. The popular sample oils are wild orange, balance, peppermint, lavender, or past tense. Past tense being great for head stress or head tension. The Healthy Gut Can Be Made Simple guide is a terrific introductory guide. There's a lot of other guides out there. There's A to Z guides that you can purchase privately. I know some of you have guides even that your team is providing. You want to make sure that you're giving them some sort of information with their essential oils so that they can use them together at the same time. So the oils and the information, so they can basically be ready to use their product right away. The other kinds of samples that I like are the pre-packaged samples that doTERRA provides. Things like our Deep Blue Rub or our toothpaste samples are great ways to introduce new products to people that are on your team or that you'd like to have on your team. And then finally, we want to share online. When sharing online, we want to reference body systems, because instead of health issues or disease claims, I know it's important for us to talk about how we can help another person, but what we don't want to do is become doctors or other sorts of health or medical professionals. That's not what we're trying to be. We're trying to help other people to get the message of good health and wellness. And then finally, 4 ways to earn. Enroll others in doTERRA to earn. 4 ways we earn income from our doTERRA business. I'm going to only look at 2 today because in the interest of speed. So number 1 is our Fast Start bonus, which is when you sign a person up, you immediately will receive 20% of the PV that they ordered in cash the following week, actually. So if you were to sign someone up today, you would get paid next week at the beginning of the week. Second way we earn is our Power of 3 bonus. That's when you've been able to introduce essential oils to at least 3 people that are personally on your front line in terms of your team. And those 3 people are all ordering at least 100 PV, but the sum total of your orders plus their orders equals 600. If you are ordering that amount and you're doing it on a monthly basis, you personally will receive a bonus of $50, not 50 PV, $50. If you're able to bring that to the next level, then you will receive a bonus of $250, so that you're teaching those 3 people that you've already instructed about the benefits of the power of 3, if you can help them. And all of these things that you're learning are actually helping you to qualify for Founders Club. And I know some of you are actively working to become US founders. And then finally, if you were to extend that to your 3rd level, you would be eligible for a $1,500 bonus every single month that you maintain that structure. The 3rd way that we earn in doTERRA is through our Unilevel Bonus. And that's a percentage of every sale that's made on our team, up to 7 levels. There is something called dynamic compression, which means if someone just doesn't order, then you may be able to actually bring up a level. So you're always qualifying for 7 levels and getting paid on those 7 levels. So our Unilevel Bonus is very generous. And it actually increases as your team gets bigger. So your first couple of levels are perhaps a little bit smaller in terms of percentage of what you're earning. And then as you go on, your percentages actually increase. Your 4th and final way that you earn money in doTERRA is your leadership bonus. So let's talk a little bit. I'm going to talk briefly about each one of those bonuses, and then we're going to move on. I want to talk first about your Fast Start bonus. And some of you have seen this before, but I think it's important sometimes for us to review it from time to time. So our Fast Start bonus is when you enroll someone, you will receive 20% of their purchases. If someone you enroll also enrolls someone, you will receive 10% of those purchases. And finally, if a 3rd level is enrolled, you will receive 5% of those purchases. So there's the bonus. You earn a bonus on the people you enroll and on the people they enroll. These bonuses are paid weekly on new enrollees volume for the first 60 days. This is not indefinite, but it is the first 60 days for any new person. So every time you're enrolling someone, you're starting that 60-day clock all over again with a brand new person. And then finally, the enroller, that means you, needs to process a 100 PV loyalty order to receive this bonus. So I like to always keep 100 PVs in my cart because I want to make sure I'm getting paid on a regular basis. So here's Lisa, who enrolls Megan. Megan places 3 orders, a 225 PV order, a 78 PV order, and then a 147 PV order. And each time Lisa is earning a certain amount of money. So over, say, 3 months, if these were the 3 months of Megan's orders, Lisa would earn 45 plus 15 plus 29. And so the total enrollment Lisa would be ordering is actually fairly substantial. It's enough for her to actually receive or pay for some of her products on a regular basis. When we talk about our Power of 3 bonus, we're talking about 3 different levels, as I mentioned to before. Your first level is your 50 PV bonus. Your bonus is based on the structure of your team as your team begins to grow. Each member needs to place 100 PV minimum loyalty order for you and them to be able to qualify for the bonus structure. And then finally, each team needs 600 total volume. So that's you plus your 3 people under you. And I mentioned this before, for you to be able to earn the bonus, the Power of 3 bonus. Okay, last but not least, whoops. Oh, there we go. If you're having difficulty enrolling people or getting started or learning how to do this effectively, I wish I could be with every single one of you, even on a daily basis, if I could, to kind of listen, to have a willing ear and hear what your struggles or your triumphs or your challenges are. If you are having difficulty with that, I want to encourage you to go on to the daily mentor calls. This is a wonderful training program. I have gone through it myself. I love Elise Chedevi. She's a real powerhouse. She's been super successful in doTERRA, but you just text to sign up to for the daily mentor calls. And if you want to take a screenshot of this slide, sign up for free at dailymentorcalls.com. And this is a lady who has been a triple diamond, and you can learn to share doTERRA effectively. It's kind of a drip campaign. Suan B says it's awesome training. It is. This is a lady who started really at the beginning of doTERRA 11 years ago, I think it is, or 12 years ago, whenever doTERRA first started. And she's really made some amazing progress. And she works very closely with her husband. And they're a powerhouse duo, and they're sharing all this information for free. You want to make sure that the trainings that you take on or that you decide to sign up for are available for you at a reasonable cost. I don't want you to sign up for anything and then be thinking, oh, I spent so much money. This is really crazy. So this is a wonderful one, the daily mentor calls, and you can receive that information right to your phone on a daily basis. Here's a little quote that I kind of like from our friend and executive founder, Greg Cook. He's somebody that you may have met multiple times, because he's often in Southeast Asia, or has often been in Southeast Asia to visit you. I know that some of you have met him personally or shaken his hand. He's a wonderful man. And he says, when you share doTERRA products, you bring hope and wellness to the people you love, your community, and ultimately the world. Selling the doTERRA way is about service, one drop at a time and one person at a time. We are serving the world with wellness solutions. So I want to say thank you to our Presidential Diamond team. These are the people that are on every single solitary week and make this whole presentation possible for us. Many of the ideas expressed here from the book, Essential Oils, Healthcare for Today, A Beginner's Guide. I hope you'll take a look at it if you haven't already. You can follow us on YouTube. Again, if you are watching this on YouTube later on, the recording, you can click the subscribe button and then finally ring the bell so that you're getting your regular information. And I'm going to actually text you. Whoops. I'm going to give you the information in the chat in about a minute. And then remember, folks, oh, my screen, there we go. You are amazing. Don't forget it, because I know there's a lot of information going out there that's kind of telling you that you're not. And I'm here to tell you, don't listen to that. That is not the truth. And finally, thank you so much for having been here. Let's spread the word of health and wellness. And also for all of you who are in markets, maybe that you're not getting the message, help me to spread the word. Let's get back to our 100+ people that we're getting on this call. We have been getting on this call on a weekly basis. Have a wonderful week, everyone. If you are on the live, I want you to stay on with me, because we're going to be having some terrific prizes for you. If you are not on the live and you're listening to this as a recording, have a wonderful week, everyone. And we'll see you back here in the next few days in Spanish, and then back here on Monday, continuing with our education series, our next chapter in the page. The other thing is, I want to encourage you to go on to Essential Conversation and see our monthly class schedule, US class schedule, because I know many of you have class schedules, but all classes, you're always welcome. Have a wonderful week, everyone. If you're on the live, stay on, because we're going to be giving away the presents in about the prizes in about 2 minutes. So for all of our YouTube listeners, have a wonderful week, and please consider subscribing below. Bye-bye now.